Alright, hey gang, sorry about that. I thought I had the footage saved to my computer, and apparently I was completely wrong. So, forgive me for being an absolute noob at this. But this is episode 2 of Inside the Film Room. This was a rather painful Mourkain Temple, and that's a bit of an understatement. This one's not even close. Basically, it takes me too long to figure out what's going on, and well, yeah, it wasn't good. We're gonna start with hero selection. Notice here that it's a pretty
full warbands.
Give the background noise.
Hey, this'll work?
Yeah, it'll work, but
fight!
So we got a good base comp. We got the Chorus, we got the Felicia, Memphis, Conrad,
yeah.
Actually, we're going to skip through some of the boring stuff here.
Kind of stay on the edge here, unless... Oh, there we go.
Initial engagement. Blue, we're not going to have a problem. Pretty easy, we can beat blue. The problem team in this one is going to be green. Another thing that I've noticed ever since starting the stream is that people like to attack me. Others.
There's green.
I guess I'm kind of used to it from
AoE bomb that
Warhammer
push
Online.
As soon as we have AoEs down.
Alright, so let's look at greens. Actually, let's back up a little bit here. I want to see what we can see of the green comp.
AoE bomb that and push it. As soon as we have AoEs down.
Alright, so we know we've got Nethys, Glogob, Aesa, I believe that's an Ikrik? Yeah, it is an Ikrik. And they're missing 2.
Into them.
So we have a decent comp right now. Okay, the other 2 are a mummy. What is the 6th? Trying to see it. Note the use of the bodyguard there by the Aesa. It's going to just completely shut us down. I should have called a target switch to the Aesa, but I was more worried about healing. If you look at my life versus everyone else's life, doing an okay job of keeping everyone else up. Myself, not so much. That 2 Nethyses are running? Yeah, that's 2 Nethyses. I was missing the 6th.
Focus that goblin if you can.
Right. Wrong story. We had to get the AS as soon as they hit the bodyguard. We didn't have a heal debuff. We probably could have used a Volric. Or an Archivist. Kind of wish I could have traded the Korth for that, but the Korth was not in our group. So I really didn't have any control over that. Neither was the 6th player, currently the Conrad. Bacher 7 was not in our warband either. He was a pug that joined the match.
There we go. Blue.
Single target comp.
Holy mackerel.
Glowgob's right. I remember it was Ikrik and Nethys were their main damage. They had in Mana Drush and Glowgob in support.
Do you have a preference other than Asa?
Well, we need some kind of tank since.
Alright, I'll stick with her. She's got the best tactics on her.
Oh. I'm just kind of looking at this here. I don't really see an AoE comp. Because there's not one right now. It will switch to one. They're running awfully squishy. Go to Durek. Right, so it's all a bunch of Nethys, bunch of Ikrik, Glowgob, Mummy. Yeah, so very squishy group. Go to physical damage, blow them up. That's the basic idea. Yeah, the blue has Lucy and the two Ikriks. Glowgob, Archivist. And I believe their tank is enough.
Back off. Don't chase, don't chase.
Chasing is almost always a bad idea. You got me killed more times than I can count. Okay, so this is now a different comp. We've got a Conrad leading the charge. Let's see what else is coming.
That's Copa too.
Okay, still got the Ikrik. Now we got a Conrad instead of a Mummy.
Glory, finish him. Glory.
Thankfully I had a perk and we're going to end up wiping these guys real quick. Yeah, so all they did was trade the Mummy for a Conrad, and then they realized that didn't work either.
Again, don't chase.
However, they're doing a good job of keeping us at this flag while they're
just
picking up points from the artifacts.
Motivating their retreat.
Of course. And their comeback.
Yeah, they're...
Blue solid in here.
That was, here we go, that finished me off there from Ikrik. I don't understand this switch at all. I really don't. We went from... Oh, hang on, let me lock this thing in place. I knew I forgot something. Lock position. Now I can actually draw on it. So, this was a Conrad, now it's El Bodhi. Now this comp doesn't make a lick of sense. Because just a Glowgob is probably not going to be enough to heal through all the damage that they're throwing out. I need another healer, or I need a Bork to just take one of them out of the fight very, very, very quickly. But you see, we're actually doing okay at first. We're hanging in there. It's just we don't adapt very well. Why did this guy go up both? See, now this is a problem right here. Dude's in the middle by himself. Flag's not capped. Problem is, when he goes in the middle, if he gets a kill, okay, we get 2 points for that kill. Okay? These other two teams actually have a flag. They get +3 for a kill. Okay? So even if we get a fair fight between, if we're equal strength, we end up losing points by being in the middle here. So we don't need to be there. This guy needs to come back over here with us.
Hey, you might want to check the replay. I think I might have read out a bomb before. Just in case.
I certainly didn't hear it.
An F
I dropped
bomb.
an F. Yeah, I think I dropped one.
Well, I don't care about one. One is fine. Now, look at that. That was important. Watch that again. That, I should have gotten the clue right off of this. Watch it again.
An F
I dropped an
bomb.
F. Yeah, I think I dropped one.
Well, I don't care about... Nethys runs in. Multiple people are rooted. She's running out. This Nethys, right here, is running the Alt 5 Terrify. That's a root instead of a stagger. Usually, when a Nethys is running a root, Terrify, instead of the stagger, they want you to stay there and take damage. Which means this should have been the dead giveaway that they are running an AoE comp. Obviously, I didn't figure that out at this point in the match, and you guys will see that here pretty quick. Like, about one is fine. Just like don't make it every other word. See, and I want to back that up a little bit too. That sound is malice. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the. Hang on. Get back to my whiteboard here. We'll get rid of that, okay? And right here, if I'm not mistaken, care about one. Okay, that's Conrad running in here. Glowgob right there is a malice. That's fine. Just like don't make it every other word. Malice. And of course, I call it, I see it. However, I did notice the Nethys running the root at the time this started. And of course, there's a malice there, we're all rooted, and we're just standing there like a bunch of morons.
You see a malice? Why do you clump up?
I should, because you can't move.
He's all
Should have gone to Conrad right there. No, look, I couldn't move there.
Oh, yeah?
No, I
Might have MAME on him.
probably does. Alright,
Yeah, you can see how clues.
So they're running
notice
AoE.
it.
We need to go out Bodhi for the tank now.
That I don't have.
Yeah, you do. He's free.
I know.
Always know the free rotation.
Have a fully equipped one for anti-AoE.
Trade him. The reason his passive is what punishes the AoE. You attack him, he'll attack everyone around him back.
That's why counterblast is so good for him to stack.
So if they're
passive.
stacking AoE, you can go out Bodhi to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I should have switched to Conrad right there as soon as I realized this was a melee AoE comp. And then what I could have done with the Conrad is I'd silence the Nethys before they go in. Alternately, Archivist would have been a good pick. Okay, so here's blue here, green's back here. I failed to count.
Two more coming in.
What happens when you don't count is this. See, look, now there it is again. And now I know there's Massive Smash in there while we're rooted, so now they can use that for damage without sending us flying anywhere. Let me back that up again.
Two more
We'll go
coming
in, turn it around. There comes the Nethys. There's the root right there. That's Terrify. And we are all stuck in this hallway. And there is the Malice spinning around. Spin to win, guys. Spin to win. And of course, yeah,
Okay, so
figure out what happens there.
Okay, I see what they're doing. They have a Nethys with the AoE root, and then they're using the Malice to bomb them. Got it.
Right, because if you kill the Nethys, that completely screws that comp over, because now we can just move out of the AoE. So, what we should have done at this point, the Albodi was the right call. Should have moved this to Felicia. This probably should have gone Archivist. And Korath. So they had a Conrad, they had a Malice, and they had an Aessa. A lot of armor, a lot of dodge. Well, actually, no dodge because of Albodi there. Well, I could have gone Mummy too. That would have worked. In fact, I probably should have gone Mummy instead of Conrad. So the comp should have been Albodi, Felicia. Nethys was fine. Probably Alanya right here. Me as Mummy. Bakker as Conrad. Should have made that switch right there, but I didn't do it.
And it's throwing Albodi.
Albodi still?
Yeah, we probably still
Yeah,
have Albodi.
They have one of throws.
That's good information to know, calling out the alternates.
Do we need two of them?
No.
No.
I'm just wondering, what is it? Well, they're clumping up too.
What about just a ton of Conrads?
They're stacked, well... I don't know. Notice the points aren't moving. I don't like resorting to stuff like that. Because it's very easily countered. Even though, yeah, I'm probably going to have to switch this to Conrad. That is a good call. Yeah, I should have done it earlier. But yeah, what you do, stack Conrad, is they've got an Albodi who puns. So they'll just get rid of one of the Conrads. And, you know, armor and heal debuff, and that takes care of that. So, like, Mummy Volric would have just completely messed all that up.
Lord of Change off to the side?
Yeah,
and yes,
that's what
it
it
is.
That was good recognition by my team to realize that that was a Lord of Change. We noticed that this guy, that was a Glow Gob. You see a Glow Gob getting a bunch of kills in a row, that's probably a Lord of Change. Alright, another reason to have an Archivist, because Archivist would have been able to silence that and would have taken away all the kills. The other thing is that
Nethys is incoming.
Malice can enrage on physical damage, so we should have gotten rid of these two.
Shooting the
for
Cobra.
sure. It's just green was adaptable, we were not. The thing is, blue is actually winning. If you notice, blue always has a flag, usually the south one. I needed to die there anyway, so they kind of helped me out. Inadvertently. Hey, blue's slumped up there. Take care of blue, okay, but here comes green. Push through. And we were too slow. We were way too slow on that one. I should have called that as soon as we saw them. Here, let's go back. On this a little more. There's blue. We start to finish off blue. Now, if this guy was in recall with us, that Icaric should have smoke bombed and told us, hey, these guys are coming to jam you. And remember, they have the root on the Nethys, so if they get that initiation, we can't get out of it, and they're just going to kill us, as you're going to see here in a second. Push through, damn it. In particular with that AoE knockdown on Malice as well. Just in case the root didn't screw
It's a nasty combination.
Yes, it is, and
so that's the alt 5 for the Nethys,
right,
and then just letting Malice do what he normally does.
pretty much. And then, of course, then they have an Icaric to clean up the kills. I should have told Panzer to switch to Felicia earlier. I'm real late on that call. One bad habit that I have is that I'm usually really slow to...
Pure AoE ban, be able to melt them? Oh, maybe.
That's ours.
Fine. Alright.
Right. Call your perks, particularly because we don't know when they're dropped. You know, my first instinct when I see that pink thing on the ground is run like a little girl, screaming. Well, at least the run like a little girl part, the screaming part is optional, although I do frequently indulge in that. And just look at this. Look at this. And that's why you call those, because you can't tell. You can't tell. You have to call them, man. All your...
I got rooted and a big rock hit me in the face.
Yeah. That's actually pretty smart. That massive smash is 172 AoE damage for 5 assists, so it's going to be up after if you wipe them.
Bronze want to die, let them die. Kill that Nets.
Blue behind us.
Forgive me, that's somebody looking for their dog outside. Yeah, Arquebus can be exceptionally dangerous, particularly with their 2-4 combination. In fact, they get a triple damage on Arena.
So wait a minute, now
They will completely wipe another team. Guess how I know that? I learned that one the hard way. The very hard way, actually.
finally have the right comp to fight this.
Okay, so at least this guy changed his back. That's good.
Is it the archer again?
No, it was the boxer set.
Now look at this. We are barely scratching them.
There's Ickrick, and then went to Conrad. Started Conrad, then went all Bodhi for some reason. Then went back to Conrad. Then went to Ickrick. We're not coordinated enough to beat that.
No.
Nope.
I'm tempted to go full AoE and see if we can't melt them down from a distance.
Yeah, this will actually work. But it's just
Yeah, they might
way
need to go
too late.
Because I'm seeing a lot of armor on that team now that wasn't there before.
The thing is, I'm worried about beating green.
And of course, his fourth is useless.
Because of all the armor, you can't do any damage. I mean, you can damage Nethys, sure. But that Nethys isn't really the damage threat.
Time is almost out.
I'm more worried about the malice on green.
I'm good. I'm staggered.
We're going to handle this a little better this time. We're going to kill all of the malice support. Now look, you see them all big and stuff. Like this. Yeah, it means it's passive. It procs from physical damage, so I'm not sure I should really be hitting him, but he's already big like that, so I figured it probably can't hurt too much. This was rather painful. I was kind of wishing I had.
Yeah, we'll be doing a film room on this one. I'm going to watch
These two slots under my control, but I really didn't.
I know the Nethys is the key to the thing working.
And I know it's that now.
Those sick Nethys have count breaks.
However, it's way too late. There's only 30 seconds.
Well, the problem is there's too much armor supporting. You have Malice, you have Yesa, you have... What else was in there? Conrad. And those are all bad for Grove.
very bad at that. In fact, they even saw an enemy Lucy, and that's
horrible
worse.
bad, so that's not a good kind of pick in that case. Archivist would probably be the best one, honestly, because you've got the do the silence to take care of the ASO. He's also got the
I meant the Nephis, not ASO.
5, 4, 3.
But then again, as Archivist, you got to worry about Conrad, so...
Yeah, we got our butts handed to us.
But that was it. Conrad would have been the only one to worry about.
See, they didn't even really do all that much damage. They didn't really have to, because they were able to just kill us. Yeah, I died 11 times. I mean, it was all 7, 8 deaths. I mean, that's just way too many points. You can't give that up. And expect to win. Oh, I'm a screamer. I didn't catch when you said that. What was that in reference to? Oh, yeah. Definitely. No, the screaming is optional, though. Oh, man. But, yeah, that just came down to we couldn't win a fight. I mean, our overall, movement was... It was okay. We just, after those first couple of engagements, I mean, we dominated the first couple. Green and blue adapted. We didn't do it fast enough, so they beat us. That was pretty much all there was to that. I got to get better at calling switches faster. I take way too long to call hero switches. Also, Glogob is not my best hero. As you can probably tell just by watching that, I'm much better on others. Yeah, looking at these first couple fights... Yeah, we'll watch and see if somebody takes that flag. If they do, we jam. We'll skip up here a little bit.
Kind of stay on the edge.
Come in with our initial comp. There's blue. We'll take them out easy. Now, our map movement theory is sound. I know green.
The Suicide Lucy.
Green went over.
There's green.
Over here. So basically, green went.
Yeah, we bomb that and push it.
To here.
As soon as we have AoEs down.
To here. I know blue is over there right now. So this is a good push. I think our movement's okay. Yeah, our movements themselves are fine. We really need to kill this Glogob right here. If we fail to kill him, you gotta order to change off their score massively. And the psychological game that they got over blue because of that very, very, very early order change, actually.
Focus that goblin if you can.
Blue ends up winning this. What do you say? We start out winning this.
There we
Hit
go.
'em blue.
Holy mackerel.
So yeah, just lessons learned on this one. Anything you notice in particular on it that I might have missed? I mean, we were slow on our positioning once, coming out of the artifact room, fighting blue, and green hit us. We didn't refuse that flank. Basically, it just means you push through it fast enough. As soon as the Nethys got the root and then the Malice got the knockdown, we were all dead. Yes, I would have done this earlier. I was under the impression I had a recording of this on my computer. That impression was wrong. Well, there is one other thing that this is minor, okay? Don't take this the wrong way. But let me find it here, okay? Let me find an example.
And their comeback.
Yeah, they're
Blue's solid in here.
trying to find it. Good lord. Well, I mean, that's a good example. No, it's not something really game related. It's something psychological related. That if you express, I was expressing frustration. I know you did it a couple times, particularly when we went into blue, coming into green, and then a couple more blue came behind. That was kind of a panic sound, and that can panic your group. I know I did it a couple times too. I sounded real frustrated right there, and I know those emotions will carry over into the rest of the team. You want a good example of that. You remember that Pyramid, etc. Right after we had to remove those 2 obey guys because they didn't obey my wishes and join raid call. You could tell they were playing with an angry energy. You could feel it. You could watch it in their movements. They were pissed. Okay, we were moving kind of scared. And as soon as green started winning those battles, psychologically we were out of it. And that's something I got to improve on. Keeping myself calm, cool, and collected in that situation. Because I know if I'm leading a group there and I'm not calm, cool, and collected, my team is not calm, cool, and collected, which means we're going to make mistakes. And I think we made too many of them because of that. And that's something I got to work on. That was not part of this match. That was 2 days ago. This was the one from yesterday, when we ran into the Root Nethys, the Malice. That's true. I mean, I'm going to be the first one to admit my faults. I mean, I'm probably a little harder on myself than I should be, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Well, my thing about that is, when iPhone was leading, I didn't question her. I just did what she wanted to do. I gave her the respect of, you know what, I'm just going to do whatever you tell me. Kind of like in my guild in Warhammer, before they all quit that game. One of our things is you just go where the leader goes. You do exactly what the leader tells you to do. Okay? It is the leader's, if it goes wrong and you did everything you were supposed to do, that's the leader's fault for losing. Okay? If you don't follow the leader's calls, that's your fault for not doing it. There's some exceptions to that. But they're just general, target of opportunity thing. Kind of like if I say, go to East Flag, and there's an Ikrik running by at 2 health, kill the Ikrik. grab the points real quick. But then again, that's a whole article. I really don't. That would take too long, and I'm not in really any condition to have that kind of rant right now. My body's doing this weird 36-hour day thing. I mean, I got up about midnight before going to work, and I've laid down in bed. I haven't been able to sleep. Yeah, it's because I'm tired, and that's why. I'm going to try to take a nap here soon, at least before I go to work. Oh, believe me, once I'm done with work on Saturday, I'm not going in again until next Saturday. I am taking some time off. My body's just doing weird shit right now. And no, this is not alcoholic. This is just the ginger ale. But it's yeah. I also need to work on my mechanics on GlowGob. I'm not hitting the 2 enough when it's off a cooldown. Well, no, it doesn't. No, don't worry about that, man. It's you work with what you've got. Okay, I can't expect that. I mean, Nethys was free, so. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing any matches tonight. I have got to at least get a nap or something in before work, because I haven't slept since. I mean, I've been up since midnight. And I have to go to work at midnight again, because that's when I normally start work. Well, yeah, true. It also bothered me that we didn't have control over 2 of the members of our group. And one of them stayed on Korath. And then after the switches, they went, Asa, Malice, Conrad, and he just stayed on Korath. Well, I don't think that he gave up. I just don't think he knew any better. I mean, we're all new at some point. I mean, we all figure this stuff out at some point. I mean, not everybody's a top 300 player. All right, or top 275, or we're not all in the top 5 to 8%. And those 2 probably weren't. I would prefer you just simply take the initiative if you notice something. If you notice something, hey, there's a lot of armor here, I'm going to switch heroes. That'd have been, alright, cool. Yeah, I would have rather you just switched instead of ask me. As long as you got a good reason, it's like, oh, okay. But that's true. I should have called for the switch off of Durig as soon as I noticed they stopped being squishy. I didn't expect a Malice to come out, though. That's hard to plan for, because when you see Malice, you have to get off physical damage completely. Because if you don't, you'll enrage him. And that increases his offense and defense by a lot. And I mean a lot. I mean, I think it's something like 20% to both, or something ridiculous like that. It's just a massive increase in efficiency. And plus it heals him when it procs. I mean, yeah, it's only a 5% chance if you got the tactic slotted, but obviously you can't fully get off of physical damage completely. All your tanks do physical damage. So there's not much you can really do about that. You've got to have that initiation still. Yeah, you could suppress it with you could suppress the heal with Vork, but that doesn't change the fact that the Malice is still gonna. Well, it doesn't change that it increases his damage output and lowers his damage taken. So we still need to get off the physical damage. And I did notice that the heal debuff did actually go on the Malice at one point there. That's while we were fighting in middle, and where we almost wiped green, but then blue came in and took us out. Alright, let me see if I can find that actually. Okay, was it right here?
Whoa!
Yeah, it was right here.
Florida change off to the side?
No, this
Yes,
is Florida
it is.
change. Nope.
Alright.
And just letting Malice. Oh, maybe.
That's ours.
Fine.
Alright.
That's why you call those, because you can't tell. You can't tell. You have to call them, man. Call your bitch.
This is where we get wiped after green. Doing this on blue.
Finally have the right top to fight this.
Is it the archer again?
No, it was the boxer set.
I really hate that Nethys. Okay, this is it right here, I believe. Oh, the Malice is ignoring the armor too.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's good to know. So his Malice was actually, he slotted the armor ignore on his AoEs. So he's got a couple of them. He's got one where he can change his 1 so that it ignores armor. He's also got a 2 that he can replace his AoE snare with a little higher damage ability that ignores armor. And he did that, and I didn't notice it until now. Okay. So I'm willing to bet that that build was the 1 armor ignore, the Rend Asunder, that's the higher damage armor ignore. And I think he had Absorb Vitality after that as his 3rd.
And then went to Conrad. Started Conrad, then went all Bodhi for some reason. Then went back to Conrad. Because I'm seeing a lot of armor on that team now that wasn't there before. And of course this 4th is useless.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. It's probably because I'm just tired as heck right now. Well, no, the reason that the Nethys would have to go down quickly is because that's what makes that group work. Okay, melee AoE is real easy because you can just get out of the way. If Nethys hits the Alt 5, you can't get out of the way. Causes a problem. You saw what the problem was. It's we melt really, really, really fast if we can't get out of the way of that. Yeah, if you get rid of that root Nethys, and that whole comp breaks. When the Nethys goes down, you're going to have to save the Malice for last. He's the toughest guy to kill. I would... Now this is all dependent on whether or not the Asa hits Bodyguard to protect the Nethys. If that happens, you've got to take down the Asa first. And you'd be Asa Nethys at that point. At that point, I would kill Support. So get rid of the Conrad, get rid of the Mummy, and then I would clean up from there. Also, Nethys in that build is, I don't know if you read my old war blog, but one of the groups in there was the, we had like a modified bomb group, and basically what it was, you had a tank, you had 2 AoEers, you had a focus, and you had 2 support. Alright, so Nethys in that case is the focus. Okay, the focus is the character that does a single target damage to get the kills out of the AoE. I'm not really worried about the AoE so much. You get 2 Conrads. I can heal through what a Malice is doing for the most part, as long as I'm in melee range, and you know, I can heal through his damage. You got 2 of them, you can heal through pretty much any AoE that you get caught up in. What kills you is a single target at that point. So that's the other reason you get rid of the Nethys. It's the Nethys that's going to score the kills, both by rooting you and with the single target spike. Or maybe I haven't had enough to drink yet. I don't know. Could be either. I'll let you guys decide what it was. No, but I think I'm getting to the point on the leaderboard. You know, it's like when you start playing against the top 5%, you know, pug strategies don't work anymore. You know, on Stractix, I wrote out these really, really, really elaborate group strategies. It may be time to start using them. I put up 3 warbands. In fact, you saw one of them. That Blackfire Pass with iPhone, when I had you go Drog, Speakazoid, and the comp was Panzer was on Olwen. We had you on Drog. I had Auden on Felicia. iPhone was on either Nethys. She switched to Volric when we went to defense. So obviously that was our focus in there, as well as the Drog. Is more of a single target comp. Well, no, we actually went down to 1. Okay, but the support were Amanadresh and Conrad. You have Felicia, Amanadresh, and Conrad. These are all guys with channeled attacks to exploit the 2 of Drog. Let me put it this way. Under the right conditions on my Drog, I can get the 2 to tick for 56 damage every time the target's hit. I have to be behind the target has to be below 40% health, and the target has to be silenced. But if all 3 of those are met, 56 damage a tick. Even from, you know, Chorus little 6 damage plinker. Nah, 56, not 6. Yeah, Droll can be just absolutely disgusting. And then, of course, you need Olwen for the knockdown for the Tenderizer. Tenderizer's another nasty one, too. If I have all that lined up, if I have a knockdown target, and the target silence, and I'm behind them, and they're below 40% health, my Tenderizer will do 510 damage. Non-crit. To the target. I don't know about you, but if you're on your ass below 40% health, and you take a 510 damage non-crit, you're dead. Particularly because I also have Bone Crusher on you, so if you live through the 510 damage hit, you're going to take another 56 just from getting hit. And then I probably have Bull Charge on too. With all those stacked up, that's about 120 damage to go on top of that. So if you're knocked down on your ass and low health, I'm gonna hit you for 600 damage. Basically, you better have temerity or you're dead. And even then, you might be dead anyway, because I might just bypass it and just one-shot you from half. Yeah, Drogue can be nasty, but he has to get kills and he has to have support. Oh, the murderous attacks, bleak pragmatism, massive backlash. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. You're really squishy, but my god, do people melt. Somebody's gonna die fast when that's on the field. Yeah, so that's part of the reason why I wanted to start a clan, so I'd have an excuse to use these really elaborate strategies. Oh yeah, that was the, I ran that exact droid. That was the day 2 highlight. Don't mess with the fat man. I didn't have massive backlash at that time. That was only regular backlash, so it was 52 instead of 56 damage, but who cares? You're still gonna die real quick. And I only hit you for 480 non-crit. If you're on your butt, I'm behind you and you're silenced, but you know what? You're still dead. You know. But no, I picked up massive backlash since then. I really want to try it with a Conrad and an Archivist. So that way we're not just dependent on the Drogue silence for the damage steroid. And we can use Conrads to bump up the damage. So not only do we get the damage increase from Sigmar's Fist, which is approximately 35%, and that's going to be up 75% of the time. With the Conrad build I'm running, it's a 3-second silence on an 8-second cooldown, so I get another 30% damage bonus, you know, 38% of the time. I mean, that's a good 40% damage increase just on those 2 guys. Oh, they're still considered silenced. Okay, so they still take the extra damage, they're just not restricted from any abilities. Well, they're going to be restricted from some. Like, okay, if you silence Conrad, he can't hit his 4. Okay, if you silence Drogue, he can't use his 5. So that's one way to deal with a Drogue coming in to silence you. You silence him first, and then he's got to wait before he's unsilenced, before he can yell, "Shut up!" Yeah, it does. It's just a flat damage bonus. Now you have to have the backlash tactic in, but yeah, it's a 20% damage bonus. It just added percentage-wise just right to the end of it. Yeah, if you don't have backlash on, then obviously it's not going to do anything. But yeah, I really want to run that with that Conrad, with a leave and silence, massive backlash, overwhelming force Archivist, because that's going to be a crap ton of damage. And I mean a crap ton of damage. And then you just counterpick everything else. That's the Silence Warband I wrote about. In that Blackfire Pass, that was the Blitz group that I wrote about on War Stractics. And what was the other one? The other one was a single target spike. It used... Basically, it was the good old stagger assist train for Major Reckoning. Yeah, it still works, unless the third team has an AoE comp, in which case you need to switch off of that. Anyway, gang, I think I'm going to go take that nap right now. I'm in no condition to be playing the game right now. I'm sure it would be quite entertaining, but I actually have to work, and I actually have to, you know, like, do stuff accurately, and, you know, not cost the money, not cost my company a lot of money, because I'm not returning fraudulent stuff that I should be returning. So, thanks for watching. It'll be tomorrow before it's up on YouTube. And, yeah, you can tell it was really bad, because normally I have all my footage ready beforehand, But apparently when I went into XSplit, I didn't have the automatically record this broadcast button checked. And so, yeah. Alright, fine. I'll see you guys. I'll see y'all on Saturday. Well, no. I'll see you tomorrow. Today's only Thursday. It's not Friday yet. That's what I hate about working midnight. But anyway, I'll see you guys later.